We are here for the annual review and goal planner workshop for the workbook. We're going to go through it all. All right, so I did just check all my commands so I can put those. I'm actually going to put those into the text here so that it's easy to find for people. Let's do that right now. Okay, so we'll have, I better figure out what they all are. Okay. Just looking them up here. Welcome everyone. Hi Malfa, first again. How are you today? Let me know what your biggest goals are and what you'd like to do in the next year, get done in the next 12 months or the next 12 weeks, because we're going to be starting with, well, we're going to be starting big and then working back. We're going to be starting a lifetime and then working down to like what you need to do tomorrow. So it's really actually a complete system, and I'm quite proud of it. I'm really happy with it, and it works pretty well for me. I've been achieving my goals slowly, bit by bit, and my goals are pretty big. But hey, I'm in Italy, so I did that one. And I think my biggest goal from last year was to be publishing stuff, and I published a lot of stuff last year, and I made some good sales. So yeah, the system has worked really well for me, and I hope if you give it a try, it works well for you as well. All right, so what have we got? We don't want the 2024 planner. That's not what we're doing. All planners. Those are on Amazon. Okay, so maybe all planners, but I think it's annual review. It's the one that's really helpful. But I also need it to show the download ones too. Okay, so we'll change that so it does both with one command. I have way too many commands. I just duplicate a command anytime I can't remember what one is and I get it wrong. I just make that one a real one. Oh, for right. Oh, I guess I can. Okay. Right now, though, let's go. Oh, it didn't work. Fix that one. It's just supposed to give you a random inspirational quote. I mean, random might be a little bit grand. There's only like 5 of them, but you know. I feel like I should be making some sort of list of all the potential ones I have here. and I will actually go through and like write down what all these do later. I'm just trying to sort them for now. Okay, but the one that I actually want is annual review and goal planner. Those should be edited. Okay. Oops. Okay. Sorry guys, we will be going real soon. Again, let me know if you're actually waiting and I will speed up a little bit, otherwise I'll just edit this in the future. No, I won't, that's a lie. But I could. I gotta be careful here not to lose my Alright, I think we're good now. Maybe goal planner. Okay, now that should work. Let's see if it works. Yeah, alright. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in and start filling this thing out. Let's go, people, let's go. Now, this is quite a long book, so I don't know if I will finish all of it today, because I think the last time I tried to do this, excuse me, did not get it all finished, but I will definitely get the annual review part finished. Okay. What don't I need? I don't need that. Okay. The links work. Gotta be careful to use the correct keyboard. Danger, danger. That's better. All right. Perfect. Okay, the links all work. We're good to go. Let's dive in. Let's get a pen. Okay, I want to do this in my regular nicely colored pens that I use. So let's, those are all over in my Italian folder. Let's grab some. Practicing Italian is going to be one of the goals that's going to come up for me later here. All right, let's go. Okay, and okay, to start, I'm gonna quickly go through kind of last year's one. So this one, you can, this is one, actually this is pretty good because this is one of the printed ones. So you can check this one out. The printed ones are available on my website, PDF ones, and you can download 2 different versions of those. I'm just double checking these. Okay, yeah, and they are cheaper than the physical copy ones. I just wanted to confirm that. All right. Okay, so last year, this was 2023. I don't know why I didn't write 2023 in there. All right, so I went through, the nice thing about doing this more than 1 year in a row is that you can go back and look over everything. So I've done this for multiple years now and haven't changed it too much since then. And even if it changes a little bit, it's the same idea, right? So I'm not gonna spend time rereading all of this. I just kind of wanted to show you how it looks when it's all going through. But yeah, and this is the print version, except for this is a different background. The print version that's currently up is pink roses, and this is the stripes, which is in the print version right now. So we're gonna put that aside, and we're gonna start typing out in this one. Okay, so, oh my God, I'm so nervous to actually start writing in this, you guys. Ah, this is wild. Okay, so 2024. I mean, I guess the annual review is for, I'll put 2023, 2024, because the whole point is that you can actually do this either way. You can do the annual review like at the end, but I have these dated kind of so that it's at the beginning and then it's the same year. So I'm going to put 2023, 2024 on here. Okay. So you guys, if you're going through this with me, you guys will actually get to see all of the pages from the workbook. Right? So you can kind of, if you really want to, you can just kind of like write down everything as you go. All right, so one of the things I really tried to do is to make sure everything was explained. So there's instructions at each different section. So to start with, annual reviews. This is the very first thing you do. Complete the reviews annually or at the end of the year or whenever feels most appropriate to you or whenever you finally get around to it. It's May. Let's go. All right. So these ones do say the year on every day, every page, but you really don't need to do that if it's the print version. If it's the print yourself version, it's can be more important to actually write the year in on each page because these pages, like if you're using a removable system, you might want to make sure they're organized in case they come out of their bindings if you're reorganizing things. All right, so we are going to put, did I write 2023 on this before? Yeah, I wrote 2023 on all of those ones anyways, so I'm just trying to think if there's a better way to do that, but I don't think there is. Okay, I'm going to put, once again, I'm going to put 2023, 2024. That's the whole point. All right, so best things this year. What was the best? See, the whole idea is it's kind of written so you do it in like December or January. Then these sentences make more sense. But best things about 2023. Okay, obviously, moving to Italy. Moving to Italy. My new apartment. I'm very pleased with it still. I feel like maybe I could be using a different camera setting though to make this a little bit easier to read. Oh, I know how to check this. Sorry guys, I'm getting distracted because these are hard questions and my brain goes, no, let's not think about and have to answer these. Let's just mess with our stream settings instead. I really don't have a camera setting that's better. That's funny, they're all quite bright. Right, maybe that's a bit better. Actually, honestly, I feel like it is. So I think that was worth the 60 seconds that spent. I don't know, it's probably 3 minutes. Anyways, best things about last year. Moved to Italy, obviously. Friends and family visited. And I got to go to Christmas. I got to go home for Christmas. Visited Canada for Christmas. All right, successful goals. Immediately I renewed my visa. What else do I do? Obviously got to Italy. Got a part-time job in Italy. Really? renewed my visa. What else did I do that was a goal that was successful? I mean, improved my Italian. Not very much, but a little. It's come along a lot better this year. Italian. What else? What are my successful goals last year? Honestly, my biggest goal last year was getting to Italy, which is why I didn't even finish the business part of the planner last year, because like my goals were Italy. But I did actually publish a lot of things last year. Was that one of the goals I wrote down? Like, out of the goals I did write down, was one of them publish a bunch of stuff? Because I did that. That's what I did. I kind of want to see what I did last year. Yeah, I wrote planners, books, prints. I did all those things. I don't know. I did a Kickstarter last year. Yeah, I did a publishing Kickstarter. Successful goals, publishing. And Kickstarter. Okay, so those were big goals. Challenges. Renewing my visa was a huge challenge. My visa. Should have renewing my visa. My visa, that's fine. What else was a challenge? The Italian system for ADHD medication was a huge challenge. Okay, so finding an Italian doctor for ADHD. That was a nightmare. What else was a challenge? Getting the apartment was a challenge, but that's fine. What else did I do last year? Mostly sat around my house. Worked from home and didn't go out and meet Italian people. Okay, what else do we have? Challenges. I also struggled with what? I struggled with feeling motivated to meet people. I didn't meet as many people as I should have last year. Okay, so getting out and meeting people. I'm doing so much better this year. Oh my god, I'm connecting with people. Getting out and meeting people. All right, I'm not gonna write the year in every time. Unmet goals. I did not, I know I had some things I didn't finish because like my 12-week goals definitely didn't all get done. What did I do? See, like I didn't do any Black Friday sales or end of the year sales. Honestly though, I'm trying to look at these things and like most of this stuff I actually did. I did do a Halloween sale, I did do a Black Friday sale, I didn't do a Boxing Day sale. I didn't get the planners up in time before the end of the year. But like, actually, yeah. And I didn't get anything done in fashion, but that was a pretty like lofty goal even at the time. Like I kind of knew that. Okay, so, didn't get the planners published for Black Friday or Christmas. But now that I finally have some undated things, I can always do a planner sale for Black Friday and Christmas. Like that's, I just don't know why it took me so long to get an undated one up. Like so stupid. Okay, didn't get the planners published for Black Friday and Christmas. What else didn't I do? Didn't prioritize Italian. But again, like none of this stuff was a surprise to me. Like I kind of knew last year was gonna be rough. Like it makes sense in a brand new country, in a brand new language. Didn't prioritize learning Italian. Didn't learn much. What can I learn from this? Plus, my day job got really nasty and awful and really stressful. So, yeah. Let's put that in challenges. Day job got stressful. It's still stressful and I don't like it. And I would like a full-time Italian job that's not minimum wage, but you know, that's why we're gonna try to do this marketing thing. All right, what can I learn? I mean, I knew in advance that it was gonna be tricky. What did surprise me? What I did, this isn't really the point of this question, so it's more like, what can you learn about like what you did and didn't get done? But like what I did learn was how differently Ritalin affects me versus dextroamphetamine. So, how different the effects and how to work with what I got. The effects of Ritalin are compared with dextroamphetamine. Okay, what can I do differently? I have a better system in place to get dextroamphetamine, you know, occasionally when I visit Canada. I have my doctor set up for that. Okay, what else can I do differently that's actually like answering the real question? Like continue to set goals that with different priority levels, which is kind of what I did, right? Like I had, my major goal was renew my visa. I got it done because it was the important thing. The goals that weren't super important, like getting the planner sales up for specific dates, didn't happen. The Italian I'm doing differently. What can I do differently? Go to the Italian class. And that was one of my goals for the first bit of the year, like January, February. One of my goals was get into an Italian class, and I did that. So, like, honestly, like, some of these goals I can, like, pre-write in because I've already achieved them. Go to Italian class. What else can I do differently? To meet people. Go outside. And use Bumble more. Like, actively talk to people on Bumble. And I have to remember the trick for me to use Bumble, because I hate messaging people, is I can only, like, whether it's for friends or dating, I like Bumble for both, but I can only like swipe so many people, because once I've got a couple messages going and a couple like appointments for that week, it's like, well, my week's full, so any new appointments are going to be next week, and now they're going to cancel because it's too far in the future and people forget. So like I can only be on Bumble for like 30 minutes maximum, like probably less than that, I don't know, I'm guessing, but I can only swipe on like maybe I can only swipe on so many people until I start getting messages back. Once I start getting messages back, then I have to stop looking at more people because I'm just going to get messages I can't respond to. Okay, so use Bumble more and more effectively. Because then I get like stressed out about it and I'm like, oh, I have all these people I need to recontact again because we haven't talked in a week and we still haven't met up. And if I don't meet up with someone, they don't exist anymore. If you only exist in text messaging, like, you do not exist to me, and I have to make sure I see you in person. Use more and more effectively. This is a terrible sentence. Bumble. Okay, and I've been doing that, so that's good. What else do I need to do? Oh, and my visa was difficult to renew. But I can't do that anyways this year. I need a working visa anyways, so it won't be the same issue. It'll be an entirely new issue. Local job for work visa. Okay, we're gonna switch pen colors because switching pen colors is one of those things that keeps me motivated in life. All right, life review: health, romance, friendship, family, career, business, creativity, philosophy, community, network, finances, home. So these kind of start to overlap with the life planner. Where's the life planner? It gets further at the end. Yeah, life goals, and then Yeah, I put the life plan at the end after we've gone through all these. Oh my god, this is so many pages. You guys, this planner is not like skimpy. It is not cheap. It has so much in here. I crammed everything I've ever learned about planning, goal setting, all of it. We have a hydrate and a stretch my wrist. And Lonely Junie, you should totally go through and do this workbook with me too, right? Like just grab a notebook and just write your own answers to the questions as we go. But like this, if you have time, this would be a super helpful type of thing for you as well. Even if you've done it before, I feel like you might have done this one before in the past, but it's the whole point is that it's good to do every year. Okay, health, life review from last year. My health was, don't be scared to plan. Oh no. Oh, I think that attitude is going to hold you back. If you wish you could plan something, but you're scared to plan because something bad will happen, that's just anxiety talking. Planning helps prevent bad things from happening because it helps to give you options. And when you've pre-thought of something that might happen in advance in a non-anxious way, in a healthy, productive way, it's not as scary because you kind of know you can handle it, you know you can deal with it, and you know there's options, right? Like you have choices and alternatives. So I would highly recommend, even if you're scared, I believe in you. I believe you can do this. You can be brave. For me. All right, so health last year was good except for the struggles with medication. And also I didn't really do a lot of roller skating, but I did do a little. Did a little roller skating, but not a lot. I actually want to do more this year, but I really haven't been either, so that's pretty bad. My roller skates are kind of sitting and I haven't used them in a month. And the weather's been fine. Like it's Rome, the weather is always fine for roller skating unless it's raining. And it actually hasn't been raining that much. Did a little roller skating, but not lots. Little roller skating, but not too much. Not really enough. Considering that's my primary physical activity. Well, walking is my primary physical activity. And in Rome, you walk a lot. All right, romance. Last year, I dated a reasonable amount. Like I had 2 promising relationships of a couple months. And then a couple other people that, you know, were like, maybe I did a couple dates and didn't really go anywhere. Okay, so let's say that 2, I don't know, promising relationships of a couple months. I'm trying to write really neat, but it's really awkward because I'm also trying to like write on camera and like, it's awkward is what it is. Okay, I have a couple months and a few other dates. Okay, friendships. What did I made like 3 major friends, but then 2 of them moved away. One of them is still here. I made 3 major friends. That's the problem with being an expat, is that you tend to make friends with other expats and then they don't necessarily stay in town. Whereas if you make friends with locals who are Italian and live there, they are more likely to stay. But 2 of them moved away. Okay, family. Families? Oh, I had some other family stuff going on. Okay, so some problems. Family had some problems with like the kind of the cousin, aunt, uncle kind of segment of the families. Segments of the family. Okay, but my immediate family was all very happy and healthy. Okay, some problems with, and like one of the things about me doing this on camera is that I'm not going to be as specific as I would be if I wasn't on camera. So like, for instance, if I was doing this not on camera, and I might come back after and fill it in with more details, I would be putting like specific names and what happened in here. So like if you're filling this out, don't be generic, like write in as much detail as you can, because then when you look back on this in 5 years, you'll remember what you were talking about, right? Like if I just wrote some problems with extended family, that means nothing in 5 years. Whereas I'll come back in and write in the names of and who actually dealt with what, but I'm not going to discuss that on the internet. Some problems with yeah, I'm going to put extended family in here. Extended family. And there, okay, but also there was a new baby born. I have a new, it's my cousin's child. I have no idea what that makes them to me. Actually, let's Google that. What is my cousin's child to me? First cousin once removed. Okay. Some problems with the extended family. A new baby. First cousin once removed. And again, like I'll probably put names in here when I'm not on camera. First cousin once removed. My family does not care about labels like that. Yeah, I'm sure when the child was born, a bunch of people said, oh, what would this be? Like a cousin once removed, a second cousin, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone went, I don't know. And then no one ever brought it up again. Career was predictably and expectedly a mess, but it was a little bit more of a mess than I actually did expect because, as I said before, the problem with my day job. Okay, I'm gonna run an ad. Day job got terrible. Is still terrible. Okay, day job got terrible. But I did a lot of publishing. A lot of writing. Writing should go under creativity. But I mean, it is also career and business. Okay, day job got terrible. Business. I mean, for me, career and business are all connected. So business, I'll put like what I actually sold and stuff. So career-wise, I tried to put more time into online business, but I don't know, kind of was, I couldn't really get it focused. And again, some of that was to do with like medication and just stress in general. And stress of the stress from the visa just killed my last 3 months last year. Like, it wasn't that it physically took up so much of my time to get the visa renewed. It was the fact that I would do something and then I would have no idea whether it was going to work for like quite a while. And then like for 2 weeks, I'd be sitting there stressing. And this happened multiple times in a row. And so it's like I couldn't really get a lot done because my brain was completely broken because of that. Okay, so tried to put more focus on online businesses, but stress held me back. Stress held me back. Absolutely, I think that's a good way of putting it. Like, not an excuse, just literally what happened. Business. Published a lot. I actually don't know how much I published, but quite a bit. Marketing's not on here, but I barely did any social media, so we'll put that under business. Published a lot. Successful Kickstarter. Not a big one, but a little one, and now I have one under my belt. And I learned something from that because I learned how it takes quite a while for them to give you your money, and so you have to account for that time frame. Okay, successful Kickstarter. What else did I do? I did get new planners created. I mean, that goes under published a lot. New plan. I'll write it in because I want more detail in here. New planners, books, RPGs, pretty slow on the fashion stuff. I'll write that in. But I did have a good Met Gala TikTok sequence last year, and I'm going to try to replicate that this year. Pretty slow on fashion stuff. Good Met Gala. And then for this year, I already met I met two people who potentially want to do something fashion industry-wise. Maybe work with me or start their own label and hire a designer, etc. Good Met Gala TikTok. So, okay, that's about it. Okay, creativity. Barely any painting, but a little. So much writing. I had last year, before this year, last year was the most productive writing year of my life. This year has already beat it, which is wild because we're in May. But yeah, and it's because I was hating my job. And when I hate my job, I write a lot more. So, all right. How do I phrase this? Most productive year in writing. I wrote more than I thought I could, than I knew I could write. Most productive year in writing so far. And I've already beat that, but theoretically, at the time of this review, I don't know that yet. In writing so far. Yeah, I just wrote insane amounts that I didn't know. And I wrote insane amounts on individual days. Like I had individual days where I would write 4,000 words, 8,000 words, 12,000 words. I think was my most 14,000. I definitely didn't hit 20K in a day, but I think I hit like 14 or 15K in a day. And it was just nuts. It might even have been more than that, but we'll leave it at that. And like, I'd never done that before. I just had my brain continue on an idea for that long, and that was really cool. It was like my brain had unlocked a new way of writing that I think was just due to age, and that was really cool. So if you're a writer and you want to write more and write longer and finish things, yeah, you might just have to get a bit older and then suddenly your brain will do it for you. But you have to also continue writing the whole time in order to get there. The most productive year in writing, some painting. I did pastels for some reason. I bought pastels. This year I want to make my own watercolor because I bought the stuff for that at Christmas. I keep saying that I'm not doing it, but I also keep saying, no, I don't keep saying. I've been saying this week that I have to remember to actually do an art stream soon because it's good for my mental health. Some painting, pastels. What else did I do art-wise? Anything else? Or creative-wise, like, I'm trying to think. And some design. Some painting, pastels, some new collections. I actually did design a couple new collections last year. Philosophy. Has anything in my philosophy changed last year? Did anything develop or adjust last year? Not really. I'm trying to think if anything has adjusted due to some of the problems I had or from being in Italy. No, my philosophy is pretty much the same, so I'll write that in, which is just continuing to pursue my goals. This is also like philosophy, spirituality, anything like that. But all that's the same as it was before. What did I write in that for last year? Sometimes it's good to see what you wrote previous years, and then you can kind of like get an idea of how you filled it out before. These are all goals. Do I not have the review bit in here? Did I actually not bring the review bit with me? Oh, maybe I didn't even bring it with me. These are all goals. Oh, wow. Oh, I actually can't review it. Because I didn't bring every page I own to Italy yet, because I had to be very careful with what I brought with me. Alright, so I don't have last year's one for that part. I only have the goals from last year, which makes sense. Okay, because reviews are... It was more important to bring the goals than to bring the reviews. That is exactly what I would do if I had to do it again. Because this is literally the only time it's relevant. Is in review. Okay, so philosophy and spirituality. Yeah, continued to approach life I don't know, to pursue my goals and make things better for others. My goals, and that's kind of my whole philosophy and spirituality. That's all I got. And make the world a better place for everyone. Make the world nicer for everyone. And that's my whole theory. Okay, community. What did I do last year in my community? Not much. Well, I helped my family out quite a bit. Emotionally, psychologically speaking. What did I do in Rome? Not much. I tried to explored Rome. Yeah, just tried to make friends and tried to make friends and connections. Succeeded a little bit. Connections. Community would also include things like if you did volunteer work or that kind of stuff. Oh, I did do like extra life volunteer work. Okay, so extra life charity volunteering. Okay, network. Met a few business owners. I did go to like some business meetings last year, and I actually don't... I think I've been to one this year since I've been back, but I haven't been to many. Met a few business owners, went to entrepreneur meetups. Finances were a mess last year. They're still pretty much a mess. Focused on budgeting. In a new place with a new apartment. Budgeting. Focused on budgeting. And saving money. It helped that I didn't have a car, but now I want to get a scooter. Focus on budgeting and saving money. It also helped that I didn't want to buy clothes because I knew I don't have a lot of closet space and it's already full, so I really can't buy clothes. Home. Yeah, like, I love my apartment. So what else in my home? Yeah, settled into my apartment. Home would also include like like family or anything like that, or, you know, like stuff that doesn't fit elsewhere. So if you moved, if you were renovating, if you were buying a home, like all that stuff would go into home. If your family was doing something with theirs. Okay, settled into my new apartment. I need to be a little bit slower in my writing, so it's a bit neater. New apartment. Got some plants and took care of the garden. Got some new plants today. Got some plants and took care of the garden. What else did I do? I got new sheets and an air fryer. I put air fryer, and sheets are like a given. Air fryer. Oh, and new patio furniture. New lounge chairs for the patio. Because it came with regular chairs, like for the table on the patio. But I wanted lounge chairs. What else did I buy furniture-wise? I bought something else. Lounge chairs. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Yeah, I literally don't see another piece of furniture in my house, so I have a feeling I'm wrong. And my house is very small. And then air conditioner was this year. Okay, so that's it. Lunch chairs, patio. Okay, next, life review. We're still doing that. All right, self-care. I was so stressed last year. Had to take more breaks than I wanted, but I did to take more, I don't know, free time. More non-working time than I wanted. Due to stress. To stress, ironically, from my job. Well, from my main job, but I took less time working on my business, basically, is what I mean. Due to stress. Did a lot of writing as self-care. And cooking. Writing. Cooking. Oh, I should write in here somewhere. Didn't get to stream much, because that's true. Okay. I did not get to stream as much as I would have liked. Okay. I'm actually really pleased. I bought the paperback version of this, because I hadn't bought a paperback yet, and I'm quite pleased with how it lays flat. Like, it opens pretty nicely, and the margins are big enough that it's not, you don't have to struggle to get into it. So overall, the physical part of the book is going quite well. All right, hygiene and appearance regime. Yeah, all that stuff was pretty much standard. Very careful to use sunscreen. In the summer. Anything else change? I don't know, like light makeup, in line with trends. Light, what's it called? Natural makeup? No, it's called like clean makeup. Clean makeup in line with trends. I didn't get my hair cut very often. My hair cut like once last year. I'm gonna go get it cut soon. Only got my hair cut once, and that was like an emotional thing where I'm like, oh my god, I need to cut my hair. It's been too long. Like clearly at this point I'm just holding back. Only got my hair cut once. ... Okay, giving back. What did I do to give back? I did the Extra Life thing. I let people stay with me. I tried to help my family. Okay. Okay. Tried to help my family. Extra Life. Charity. Fundraising. And what was the other thing I said? Oh, had people stay with me. Stay with me. I mean, that's like a quid pro quo, but you know, still a nice thing to give back. All right, happiness. I was very stressed and unhappy for a lot of last year. But I knew it was all in service of my end goal of staying in Italy. So it was productive stress. I mean, it wasn't productive stress. It was necessary stress. Very stressed and unhappy. I also had medication give me literal depression for the first time ever, and that sucked too. But like, that was fixable as soon as I stopped. As soon as I fixed how I took that medication. Very stressed and unhappy for a lot of last year. But it was all serving the goal of staying in Italy. Stress doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a necessary thing and still feel awful. Learning. What did I learn last year? I learned how to not give myself depression. I learned that was actually pretty important. I'm gonna write that in. That's funny. Depression with medication. Medication. I learned a ton of some Italian. I mean, that's obvious. Okay, what did I learn more in a general sense? I learned... How long have we been going? For an hour? I've got quite a few pages done. This does take a very long time, I remember that. So, again, like I said, I don't know if we'll make it through the whole book because, yeah, there's a lot. Okay, how to not give myself depression with medication. What else did I learn? I learned, I don't know, some basics of Italian bureaucracy. Up close and personal with Italian bureaucracy. I can never spell bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. That's probably not correct. All right, hobbies. Writing. Didn't do much roller skating. Art. Plants. Cooking. No new hobbies. And photography. I think nothing else. Mostly writing. Writing. I'll just put them all in. Art. Cooking. Art, cooking. Roller skating a little bit. I did do it a little bit. Roller skating. Yeah. And design. I mean, all this crosses over with like my businesses, but that's kind of how I do. I mean, decorating my house. What do I do online that's a hobby? Anything? Reading. Reading. I feel like that's underwriting for me. Yeah, those are all the big ones. There's probably some other hobbies I have. I mean, plants. I'll put plants in there. Plants. And, I don't know, styling. Like, styling outfits together. Oh, I guess things like music and, ballet and events and stuff. What did I do? I went to the opera. Just one last year. Madame Butterfly. Madame Butterfly. And did I do anything else like that? I feel like I did at least one other thing, but I don't know what it was. Madame Butterfly was a big one. I feel like there were some other ones, but maybe they weren't in Rome. They might have been elsewhere. Oh, yeah. Okay, so when my friend was here, we did in like Venice, we did another opera and I think something else too. Okay, yeah, so Madame Butterfly. I don't think I did any ballets last year though. I don't remember. Madame Butterfly. Oh, Guns N' Roses should be on there. Rose's concert with family. Visiting family. At the Circo Maximo. Alright, business review. I want to say I forget how long this takes, but I don't forget. It just takes a long time. Alright, so 2023/2024. Alright, what? So also that's why all my pages here said 2024, because they were goal setting for 2024. My review pages probably did say 2022. Or, you know what I mean. What worked for creating deliverables this year? Canva. I'm trying to think, like, I got quite a few things done. I'm just trying to think how I... having a intended time frame for release. So like most of these things I had like a reason I wanted them out in a certain time. Even if they didn't make it for that time frame. So like the Barbie RPG like would have been better if I had it published before the Barbie game, but it's published after, but it's still close enough in time that it's like still makes sense. Yeah, having an intended time frame for release. I'm also so much faster at Canva than I ever used to be, so like I don't get as distracted in Canva because I kind of have seen it all before. Okay, what worked for creating and running systems this year? Not a lot. Systems were garbage this year because I was so stressed. Not a lot. I was so stressed. I'm gonna write that in. I was so stressed. The systems were garbage. Were garbage this year. I mean, not completely. Again, I did get a lot done. I just feel like it wasn't all the stuff I wanted to do. Were garbage this year. Okay. What worked for marketing this year? Kickstarter. I kind of want to just keep using Kickstarter as a marketing, like free marketing campaign. Kickstarter, because it basically drives people to your product like better than Instagram can. Do you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to market to Kickstarter through Instagram to get your Kickstarter to blow up, but like, I don't know, Kickstarter in itself has good visibility. So Kickstarter worked great for marketing. What else did, TikTok was better than Instagram. But what else is new? Anything else? Not really. I didn't do much marketing last year. What worked for making sales this year? Kickstarter. And what else? I made sales on other things. Okay, Redbubble was this year, and I can't include it in last year because Redbubble was really good this year. But that was like following a trend at the right time. Okay, what worked for making sales this year? Kickstarter. Just continual publishing. Like having some repeat buyers and stuff. Continual publishing. Publishing series. Yeah. Okay, what didn't work to create products? What did I want to do that I didn't get done? A bunch of planners. Getting bored with planners, although I have to remember, I feel like I get bored, but then whenever I'm actually on Canva, I'm always having such a good time because, as I've said before, Canva is a nice little dopamine machine. All right, getting bored with planners. Oh, hydrate and to stretch my wrist. Woohoo! All right, it's been an hour, so we're gonna run another ad. Let's stretch the wrist. Oh yeah, that's good. What didn't work for production? I had a lot of days where I just had the free time and I could have done something and then I just said no. So being too stressed. I feel like the next page is like how to combat this. But I'm getting bored with planners. Keep it fresh with lots of different products. Sometimes you have to work with your brain. It's like, that's great if some people out there think the most effective way is to focus on one thing forever. It probably is. But if you can't do that, you might as well work with what you can do. Lots of different products. Different types of products. And that worked this year, especially working with some other creators and being able to really do some different things. Being too stressed. Okay. What didn't work for building an audience? Instagram was garbage. TikTok was surprisingly good considering how little I used it. I got good results, the little bits I did use. Instagram was garbage. I think I've used garbage twice on this page. Yeah. Okay, I probably should find some other words. Instagram was garbage, as usual. TikTok was surprisingly good considering how little I used it. How infrequently I used it. I mean, I use Instagram and TikTok equally infrequently because I usually cross-post, but I use Instagram more because I have art being posted or something being posted every day to at least one Instagram. And didn't really do much. What didn't work for bringing in clients? I did try to bring in clients, direct clients this year, and I didn't get far. So I don't know, LinkedIn and emails did not get me far. I didn't really give either of those a good shot, and emails were briefly tried, briefly attempted, but so excruciating. They were also awful. Like, I hate writing emails, even with the help of AI. Excruciating. I didn't go far. Didn't go far. Like, probably if I just actually committed, I could actually get those to work, but you know. All right, pink. All right, if anyone else is following along with me or has answers to any of these questions, please like let me know. Or if there's a particular question that's of interest, like you're like, oh, that one for me was X, Y, and Z. I mean, these business ones maybe are a little more particular and less interesting than some of the life ones, but you know, let me know. What worked for getting attention this year? Kickstarter. Kickstarter is the answer to so many of these questions. I think I need to like do multiple Kickstarters this year. And I already have the idea for a Kickstarter to expand the Dollhouse Dream RPG. So that's the fact that this keeps coming up. What worked for getting attention? Kickstarter. What didn't work? Social media marketing. Kickstarter and I mean word of mouth. Like actual human beings. Yeah. What worked for increasing engagement? Absolutely nothing. Like I didn't think I had any good engagement this year and I didn't like it. Like Twitch is good for engagement, but I is not very consistent on Twitch. Twitch is still great for engagement. Say was. But I didn't get on it as much as I could have. And some of that was because I couldn't, and some of that was because I didn't want to. Like I was just not in the brain zone for it to stream as much as I wanted. All right, what worked for building relationships this year? I mean, obviously, actually answering my messages. I'm gonna need to order some of these pens on Amazon. I usually try to find a stationery store that has them in person, but I've been in Rome for a year and I've checked every stationery store I've been in. No one has these pens. I'm sure there's one somewhere in Rome because it's usually 1 or 2 stores in any given city. I'm just gonna have to order them on Amazon. Actually answering text messages and remembering to reach out. Regularly. And invite people to things. Because even if you answer those messages, it doesn't go anywhere unless you actually invite them to hang out with you. What worked for sales camp? I feel like this is relationships is actually supposed to be for business, but I just answered it for personal and it's the same thing. Yeah, actually reach out regularly and talk to people to build client relationships. Yeah, okay. What worked for sales campaign? I'm not even gonna change it. What worked for sales campaign? The back of your dark pen marker face. Thank you. One of the things about these pens, which when you put them on an airplane, they frequently explode a little bit for forever after. So yeah. So thank you, I very much appreciate that. Okay, hopefully that's all of it. I don't see any more, but if I get more on my face or if I still have some, let me know. Sales campaigns this year, Kickstarter again. What else worked? I keep thinking of stuff from this year, but like the Redbubble campaign was a Tumblr campaign and that was this year. That worked really well. And Twitter did not at all. I tried Tumblr and Twitter, and Tumblr was great, and Twitter did terribly, so. Like TikTok and Instagram. Okay, what worked for sales campaigns this year? Kickstarter again. Yeah, a bunch of these are the same answers over and over again. Kickstarter and publishing regularly. Thank you so much. I would have been so mad because I want to use this video as like a permanent video I can link to, and I would have been so mad if I had this ink mark on my face for the entire thing. Regularly. What didn't work to gain visibility? Okay, so social media. Yeah, what didn't work for increasing followers? Not streaming regularly. I like lost followers. But I keep like, every time I stream, I like tend to gain them back. So I've been hovering at like this, just under 1,000 Twitch streamers for like ages now. And it's so weird. If I could just stream regularly, I could break 1,000 and I can't seem to do that. What didn't work for increasing followers? Not streaming regularly. And then nothing worked on any other social media. Like TikTok and Instagram did not gain any followers, I don't think, this year. Like they probably gained a few, but like not enough that I noticed. And also I haven't been tracking it. I should actually update my spreadsheet and track, just go through all my stupid accounts and write down what numbers they're currently sitting at, because that probably hasn't been done in over a year. What didn't work? Is there a double apostrophe in there? No, the T just looks like a double apostrophe. Okay, so let's gonna do that on all of these. That's fun. What didn't work to build trust? And this is build trust with customers, like to make people buy. Okay, so what didn't work? What did I try that didn't get any sales? My email campaigns, but those don't go out to very many people. Email lists are still very small. But I did, which means I need to improve my opt-in and not my emails, but I did work on the emails last year. But I did update some emails. I should do more of that. That should actually be on my to-do list, update some emails. Because like, I should have an actual funnel. I feel like funnels are outdated now and I still haven't finished any of mine. It's like, how do I not have a single funnel finished? That's garbage and so stupid. Where's my to-do list of things I actually want to write down and remember to do later? I feel like I need to start that list. But like, I don't want it in like my regular column because it's like, it's things that don't have a necessary date to be done by, so. Other notebook. Yeah, this is a random to-do list notebook. Okay. Good. Okay. What have I got in here? Actually, one thing I should do to see what I've been doing is go through my old to-do list and like, because usually I do actually check everything off on my to-do list eventually. Like by the time I make it to the end of the book, I'm not still dealing with stuff from the beginning of the book, or I've rewritten it. Okay, update emails for lists, for funnels. Update opt-ins, like re-look at my opt-ins and make sure I actually even have opt-ins for things. I feel like a lot of them either never existed or don't exist anymore or aren't relevant anymore, like maybe they're outdated. Yeah, okay, those are two things I want to do. Plan more Kickstarters. These are all things that are going to come up in this book here, but because I know myself, I need to write things down when I think about them. Otherwise, they might be gone forever. Okay, what didn't work to make sales? The few holiday campaigns I didn't really make any sales. Instagram didn't work. Again, Instagram, garbage, Instagram. I posted so much to Instagram this year and just like, goddamn nothing. Okay. I mean, obviously that's one of those things where it's like, hey, maybe you should change the kind of stuff you're posting. I'm like, yeah, sure, but who's got time for that? Instagram. Holiday sales didn't really do anything. But I feel like I could do better with that if I actually organized and planned it a bit better. Like, had an email list. Okay, what were your top 3 best sellers last year? I haven't been through like my Redbubble. I feel like there's nothing individual that actually sold well on Redbubble last year. I feel like it was all random things. Okay, obviously the Kickstarter. Kickstarter book. And then I honestly don't know, like probably I'm just gonna put how do I phrase this? Like sparse distribution of art and book sales. So use Kickstarter, kids. Okay, what were your worst failures or what wasn't worth the hassle? I've got to be really careful not to put effort into my dated planners because they're only valid for a year and it's stupid to be putting put less effort into the dated planners. Like I just need to make it functional for me, and then if someone else buys it, that's great. But like I need to not be putting so much effort into my dated planners. And then they take up all my time when I should be publishing more undated planners that can be marketed for the end of the year. Put less effort into dated planners. Yeah, because they're not worth it. Like the fact that they can only be sold for a year, less than a year, is ridiculous, and I need to stop doing that. What were your best months and best platforms? Kickstarter, October. Yeah, that was October, yeah. October, Kickstarter. So I am definitely going to try to do 2 more Kickstarters this year. That comes later in the book. What were your best profit margins? No idea. How did you work on your... I'm not paying that much attention last year. How did you work on your mindset this year? I really had to focus. Why are these ones numbered? Oh, I hate that. Can I fix that right now? That's like a little bit of a problem there. Canva. Okay, I don't actually need to fix it right now. I just need to write down that I need to fix it. 2, 3, 4. I'd like to put like a sticky note in here or something, but I don't know, I'll find it. Green, bright green. That needs to be fixed. That's not, like, sure, like there's nothing wrong with it being numbered, but none of the other ones are numbered, so that needs to not be that way. I don't have my copies from last year to check if it was like that last year. Okay, how did you work on your mindset this year? I had to be really careful not to swing too far back into unhealthy habits for dealing with ADHD without medication, because I did have to swing back into unhealthy habits because I didn't have medication, and they work, but I know they're unhealthy. Okay, I had to be very mindful, literally mindful of how do I phrase this? Keeping a balance? Very angled for some reason. Why? I guess I just need to actually twist. I feel like I don't need to twist the camera, I need to like twist the book. Very mindful of keeping a balance. I don't want to say something like not overdoing it, because it sounds like I should have done none, but it's like, no, I had to do some, otherwise I would have had a much less productive year. Mindful of keeping a balance with unhealthy ADHD, productivity techniques. So things like being sleep deprived, things like getting angry at yourself, things like using your stress in a bad way techniques, all the stuff that I know how to do. All right, how did you grow your community? I didn't. I don't think my community grew at all last year. Tried to build mailing lists. I did. Tried to improve mailing lists. Also, guest streaming. I also did an interview stream last year, I think in the springtime. I think I actually, the early springtime before I got super stressed, I actually did quite a few fun co-working, like not co-working, but like interesting streams and stuff. And had great plans. Guest streaming on mostly Dark Tales. But yeah, I would actually like, I've had on my list for forever, do more collabs. Especially since I'm trying to promote some RPGs now. Like, it would make perfect sense to do collabs with other RPG streamers who also have their own games, and like that would be fun too. Like if I just get to play in an RPG game, that sounds great. Taking out for dinner and TV with your mom and dad. You dig? You want everyone to stay awesome. Please misbehave at least a little and stay awesome twice. Love it, Big Ducky Snow. You have an excellent evening. Enjoy your dinner. Mostly Dark Tales. How did you nurture your audience? I tried to post a little bit on everything. A little bit on everything. I tried not to let anything completely fall by the wayside. I think my roller skating stuff fell by the roadside, but that's one of the things that is actually a hobby and not a business. So yeah, I think I kept all the business ones going just a little bit. Tried to post a little bit on everything. How did you make offers? See, this is where I'm lacking, because mostly I just publish it and then post about it on Instagram. And obviously that isn't working, so I need to be doing something better. Publish stuff and post on Instagram. Which obviously is not very effective. I need to be doing something. But it's really easy and takes up like 0% of my brain. So it's like, well, this or nothing, right? And I need to invest time in other options. But that's the thing, it takes time. Okay. All right. What business mindsets have you been working on this year? Okay, so that one also has a little bit of a... Or I guess, I mean, you could just say... Oh, no, that's right. No, it's correct. What business mindsets have been working for you this year would be the better way of putting it, but have been working for you this year. Just get it published. Don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about perfection. None of this is even goal setting yet. We're also in review. Okay, what worked for growing your community? But the whole point is that you do the review and then it helps you with the goals, because you're setting your goals from a place of knowledge and data rather than just blindly setting your goals, which is why people fall into trouble. Because sure, you can write a SMART goal all you want, But if it's not based on your reality, well, that's probably why it's not working for you. What worked for growing your community? Twitch. Like, Twitch is the only goddamn social media that works. Twitch. I mean, TikTok a little bit. Okay, what do you want to work next year? That's a weird sentence. What did I mean by this? What worked for growing your, what do you want to work next year? What I would like to work next year. I'd love it if social media just worked like it seems to for other people. Though I feel like that's one of those like you only hear from the people who are successful kind of things. The survivor bias, I guess, kind of stuff. What do I want to work next year? What kind of marketing would I like to do? I would like to get my email funnels better. Okay, email funnels. Funnels and opt-ins. I want to say something like consistent TikTok posts, but like that's not realistic, and I know that, so I'm not even gonna write down. Maybe I would like a more, not consistent, but like reliable Twitch schedule. Like it doesn't have to be but then again, I keep changing jobs, and like then the jobs keep changing my hours, and it's like, then I'm tired and I don't want to stream. A more reliable Twitch schedule. Like, just so people can predict when it's going to be streaming and show up. What has not been working? Social media. What didn't work for growth? Posting poorly. I guess repetitive posts. A lot of my posts are repetitive. Surprise, didn't work. How do you, oh, my throat is going too, though. That's the other reason I don't know if I can do much, how much of this book I can do. How do you want to feel next year? Like I didn't have to struggle with so much. Like, I feel like I did. Oh, this is hard to phrase. I want to say like not too terribly, all things considered, last year. But like it wasn't good. I could have done lots better. I wasted a lot of time just basically doing nothing. Like I didn't have to, or like I don't have to struggle so much. Okay. What can I do now? Try to make reasonable plans, which is what I'm doing. Plans based on reality, not based on hopes and dreams. Okay, so business review from last year. I don't know if I can fill that out right now. So basically you would, theoretically you'd have, I actually could fill this out very easily because I have a time tracker. Expenses, I don't know if I have, but revenue I could figure out too. Okay, so year 2023. This is definitely 2023. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous to actually look at my time tracking from last year because, again, am used to working between my day job and my businesses like 80 hours a week. And I definitely didn't do that last year because, like I said, I was so stressed from my day job that I basically a lot of days did nothing. So yeah, I'm kind of actually nervous to look at my time tracking from last year. But I love Toggle, and I've been insanely consistent with Toggle. So I have all the data. I just haven't looked at it. Okay, so what was the biggest thing in October? It was Kickstarter. Except, yeah, but that also required like a bunch of time earlier in the year. Change to that one. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I don't need all these notifications. I haven't opened Toggle on a computer in forever. I just use it on my phone because it works really great on my phone. Oh, and it's reminding me that, of course, I am tracking something right now and it's the wrong thing, so I'm not still doing marketing. I am doing... What am I calling this? Planning life. See. One of the only things I don't like about Toggle is that it, instead of remembering everything you've ever used in the past, it like forgets things after like not a very long amount of time, like after maybe a month or something. And so if you type it differently the next time, like maybe you put an S on the end or you spell it differently or you used a different word, like it's not the same thing anymore. Now you have to manually fix that if you want it to track it together. It's just, I find that really stupid and frustrating. But overall, the app works so well on my phone and I appreciate it now. Quit it. I don't want this week, you loser. Let me change the date. All right, last year. All right. Yeah, I tracked like pretty much the same amount of time every month last year, except for February, which was the month I moved. So that checks out. I'm actually really curious to I also highly recommend Toggle to anyone who's an entrepreneur, if you work for yourself or if you have clients, or if you just have ADHD and you would like to actually understand how long something takes you. Tracking it works really well. Oh, February is also low because it's a small month. I'm like, February is also low this year. But yeah, it's a small month. Yeah, okay. The good thing about Toggle is that it does group all your tags so you can see if there's something that's off, like you can just look at them. Can I look at the year before last year? Is that possible? I have to manually do it. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that though. I'm just curious now. Sorry, this is not about the day planner anymore, but also my voice is sore, so I might as well try something a little bit different. Okay, so let's try. January 2022. End date. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I literally worked like half as much last year. That's crazy. Yeah, same total hours tracked, but yeah, time spent on business was way lower. Oh, this is so funny. My colors were different on 2022. That's cute. Some things are colored differently. Well, I'm seeing major categories. Okay. Oh yeah, basically I cut it in half last year how much time I worked on my businesses. So, I mean, that's not surprising. Okay. I suppose the idea would be to do it by month in order to actually see what this looks like. So, no, I don't want to last 12 months. I want like last year. No, last year. Okay, but I actually don't want last year. I want like a month though. Oops, sorry. Oh no. Okay. Oh no, wait. I messed it up. Sorry, guys. There we go. Alright, I feel like I might be taking too long on this just for this little chart dooley-doo, but I kind of do want to figure out how much it was. Okay, so let's do, yeah, January 2023 to, yeah, January 23rd. Okay, and this was also a weird month because I was on holiday this month, so like basically the whole month. So yeah, it was a weird one. Okay. Oh god. Oh, but I also had like a... Alright, so we really only spent like 50 hours, maybe, in January. Okay, well, let's do February. Oh, so you have to remember, like, track things like art and stuff too, because that's technically business. Okay, again, February last year, I literally moved countries and had to find an apartment, but I did still get some stuff done. Not very much, like... Honestly, I feel like 10 hours would be overstating it, but I feel like I can be generous that month because, again, moved countries. I could be more exact with this, but that would be unnecessary for the purposes of wasting all of our time. All right, March 2023. Okay, so 22 plus 40 writing. I'm going to separate that out just because it's so much of that. And then I'm going to get mad later when I haven't separated out anything else. And I'm like, what if I separate everything? It's like, well, what if? But I feel like, again, like I said, writing was one of the things I did insane amounts of last year. And so I feel like that's at least of interest to me to separate out, even if it's not really of interest for this chart. 57 plus 3. And I want to see if January was one of the ones that had like a huge writing block, because I feel like it might have been. I'm curious. Oh no, it was not that huge, so that's fine. We'll leave it as it is. There's 7 hours. I'm curious. Okay, so let's put 43 plus 7. See, you start something and you have to go back and update it all because of that silly little perfectionism thing. Yeah, February didn't even get any writing in, so that's fine. All right, May. Oh, I did a lot of art in May. Did a lot of business in May. May was actually quite productive. Wow, it was really productive. What the hell? Okay, so May might have been my most productive month, but we'll continue on. Oh, because I spent a lot of time on fashion because I had the Met Gala and I did a lot of time doing social media for it. So yeah, that's what happened. Oh, I need to like mental math this though. What is it? $106 plus 28. This is actually, I always love the fact that I have all my toggle tracking records, but I basically never actually look at the data. Mostly because for the last 2 years, I've been really preoccupied with my one major goal of getting to Rome. Before that, I actually spent a lot of time looking at business data. But yeah, the last 2 years have been very much only focused on the one priority. All right, so 3.5. Yeah, and then see, I burned myself out. Although actually I think I had family visiting that month. If I expand on life, do I have a lot of friends and family on there? I do! I have like 60 hours of friends and family on there. But then like also a lot of time spent on nothing, because I track when I do nothing in a couple different ways, but I know what they are. Morning routine is one that gets a lot of action because I'll just start morning routine as soon as I'm awake, and it's like, well, that just includes everything I do until I actually do something. Oh yeah, like this, 9 hours plus 46 hours, that's garbage. Wow. Again, I think I had family visiting him today. Yeah, 260 hours of friends and family in July, so that's actually fair. All right, that's fair. But at the end of the day, it means I didn't get much done. But there was a pretty good reason. I had 260 hours of family, which I think ran overnights too. I just left the tracker running, but you know, same thing I do on vacations. I just let vacations run overnight and I don't track sleep. A business in August though. That's good. Maybe I was getting a head start on some of my fall projects. Technically, I could look at these and find out because I do track exactly what I'm spending my business hours on. It was Twitch. I spent a lot of time co-working. That's good. Look at that. I guess August was a good co-working. It was a good Twitch month. All right. I'm gonna write Twitch in here because that is what I spend most of the time doing. It's such a large number compared to most of the other months. I suppose I should check what it was in May as well. Did I say it out loud in May? Does anyone remember if I said what I spent all that time doing? A lot of publishing work in September, which checks out. One of the things that Toggle's really weird for though is if you have a time entry that goes over multiple days, it just tracks it all as a really long task for that one day. So like you have one day with a 90-hour task and then nothing for the next couple days. And it's like, okay, I don't know if I like that. I feel like it should split it up when it's looking at data, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I usually only have things go over multiple days if I'm like on vacation or friends visiting or it's some weird thing where I'm not tracking sleep. Oh, here, November is where I got really stressed and did 76 hours of writing. And then December's gonna be weird too because obviously that's Christmas, I was traveling, I was at home. It's a super weird one. Yeah, I tracked a 446-hour task of holidays, I think, or vacation or something like that. What did I call it? I called it holidays. It's 437 hours. So I just didn't track my time for the entire second half of December. I just called it holidays. That probably leads into January too, interesting. But yeah, so it wasn't tracking basically anything. Okay. Actually, still got 24 hours of business done, which is good. It's probably planner stuff. And 4 hours of writing. All right, so that's actually really interesting. I'm really glad I did that. I'm not going to do expenses or revenue right now because I'd have to like actually go through all my open up stuff. But yeah, writing was the biggest thing I did separately last year, and not for any reason other than the fact that my brain was stressed and went, I need to be writing right now. I have ideas. Let's go. Purple pen is really splotchy. All right, let's switch to the pink one. Gratitude. Oh, these are the kind of things that like even make me go, ugh, really? But you know, for 2023. All right. Gratitude. 3 amazing people in my life. Okay, so obviously my family, like my mom, my grandmother, my siblings. That's 4. I don't have 3. I'm gonna put 4. I'm gonna put my family. Mom. Nana. siblings dead. And then I'm gonna put my friends. And I'm not gonna write their names on here right now, but they're in there. All right. 3 great things about my physical body from last year. This gratitude part doesn't actually have to be from last year. It's just like at the moment, just worth doing once a year. All right. Speaking of great things about my physical body, in shape, healthy. That's the same one. My hair is growing slightly longer than it ever has before by like half an inch, but for me, I notice because it's never been that half inch as long. My hair is half an inch longer than it ever has been before. And then that was terrible. Letters. Then half an inch longer than ever before. That's it. What else? My body. My body's been pretty much a non-issue recently, which is good. One thing not to worry about is my brain. In shape, healthy. I've been sleeping well. Been eating well. Trying to get exercise, but mostly it's just been walking, which is also fine. Actually, I'm generally quite appreciative of my body, so like this is one of those moments where it's like not like I can't think of anything. It's like I generally am very appreciative of all of my body. So like I don't have any major illnesses or recurring things. 3 things about my physical body. Like I don't want to say something like sleeping well, like that's every year. I mean, which is fine too. You can put that kind of stuff. My physical body. Oh, I don't know. I haven't been working on anything about my physical body over the last year, except really trying to be healthy and like fit, which has been working, so that's good. Gosh, I don't know. Did I do anything on like vacation or anything with my family or anything? I'm trying to think of something that like is like a healthy thing to like say here instead of just something random. Stay healthy. I'm proud of I'm pleased with my hair because that is actually something I work very hard on, treating my hair carefully and the right steps and everything. I don't know what else. Like I haven't really been paying attention to my nails, so I can't really talk about that. This is becoming way more difficult than it really should be. What else am I pleased with? I'm pleased that okay, I'm gonna put sleeping well. Sleeping well, because I generally am. All right, 3 great things about my home where I live. Okay. Everything. Because I live in Rome, which is my favorite place in the world. All right, my patio, my sunny patio. This is an easy one. My sunny patio. My plants. And I'm just gonna put Rome. All right, 3 good things about where I work and what I do for a living. This one's really difficult. Wow, that like caught me by surprise because the one before that was so easy. I need to stop talking so much. My voice is going. Like I'm still in the zone to keep doing this and I'm not in a rush to go to bed because I'm gonna be up late tomorrow for the Met Gala, but oh, my voice. Okay, 3 great things about where I work. My apartment. I'm proud of my progress in writing, of my advancement, of my, how do I say this? Like of the new things I can do this year in writing that I couldn't do last year. I'm proud of, I don't know, advancement of my writing skills advancement, the advancement in my writing skills. Proud of the improvements in my writing skills. And number 3, I enjoy being creative. I enjoy creating beautiful things, which is like, see, I say stuff like this and it's like, we're basically just getting into like my business manifesto territory here. Like beautiful things. Okay. 3 gifts of knowledge and experience I've been given. Okay, so kind of for the last year, what did I learn? I learned how to not give myself depression. How to better dose for methylphenidate. What else did I learn this year? I want to say I learned a lot about writing, but like really it kind of like, yes, I did a lot of proactive learning, but also the biggest gains I had in writing were more like really long-term gains. Like it was like stuff that had built up over a long time and just kind of manifested. It wasn't like, and like I said, I think just because my brain got older, it wasn't like stuff I learned. Okay, what else did I learn that was that I need to leave relationship. I had one relationship last year and there was nothing wrong with the guy. Like he was super nice but like it was not the relationship for me, but it was one of those things where it was like there was nothing actually wrong. So I was in it for way too long because I'm like, there's no reason to leave. Like there's nothing wrong here. Everything's fine. It's like, it was like, it wasn't stressful. It wasn't like, I don't know, maybe depressing is the right word, but like it was one of those things where like it wasn't making me happy, but because it wasn't making me sad, I didn't have a reason to like leave. Like there was no problem, so it was very like weird situation. Let's say to leave a relationship that doesn't make me happy. And I've had that happen to me before. I think that's happened to me at least once before that I very clearly remember. And I think it's happened before in less dramatic ways, but it's happened to me in the past where it'd be what, like, okay, so I know it's over when this happens, which is basically we're having a very nice time and there's nothing wrong. And then I'll start crying and I'll be like trying to explain myself, being like, I'm sorry, nothing is wrong. You didn't do anything. I don't even know why I'm crying. And it's like, okay, I need to not be in this relationship. What's the third thing I learned last year? Probably Italian bureaucracy. Like, this is like gifts of knowledge, which kind of, it kind of implies that it's stuff that happened to you and not stuff you like consciously intended to learn. It's like experiences that taught you something. Doctors don't know what they're doing here. No one does. What else did I learn? I mean, I learned a lot of practical stuff about Italy and Rome, but I don't know what I was asking. I'm grateful for that I learned. I learned want to say Kickstarter again. Like, how to fulfill a Kickstarter. Like, that is going to serve me well, and there were some things I learned that I didn't expect, so. And I said fulfill very particularly there. Okay, 3 ways I've experienced luck. My landlord is stupidly good for Italy. Italy has a reputation for landlords being terrible and apartments having awful neighbors, and my apartment's just been amazing. My landlord and my apartment have been absolutely insanely amazing. 3 ways I've experienced luck. My landlord, my friends and family could visit me. Visited me. Okay, and then the last one is I got to see Nana at Christmas. To see Nana, because you never know how many of those you're gonna get. Alright. 3 ways my life is wealthy, abundant, and prosperous. What? Okay. I don't have to worry about losing my home. Losing my home. I have all the tools I need for my, I don't know, businesses and hobbies. All the tools I need for my businesses and hobbies. And I have more than enough clothes. Yeah, I mean, that's a stupid one, but like, it's accurate. I have way too many clothes. I have more than enough clothes. Although I do feel like I need some new shirts for summer. I feel like I have a lot of sweaters, but not a lot of shirts. And summer is coming. I can't wear sweaters anymore. I still can because it's kind of cold, but soon it'll be ridiculous. 3 silly little things I appreciate. Oh, this is a good one for me because I love appreciating silly little things. What have I got? My air plant, definitely. My air plant, that came to my mind immediately, and I had the air plant all last year. Italian wine doesn't give me headaches. Also, if you get headaches from wine, try buying Italian wine. French wine gives me headaches, Canadian wine gives me headaches, American wine gives me headaches, every other wine, not always. Like, there's a lot of wines that don't. But I have never had an Italian wine since I've been in Italy give me a headache. So, if it's a problem you have, make your next wine an Italian wine. Three amazing people in my life. I feel like I did already. Oh, this is double copied. Okay, so this is the benefit of going through it myself, is that I can fix these things. These are duplicates, so we will fix those in the next version and then upload it to the thing. But again, like, this thing has so many pages. If there's like a couple issues, it's like, well, you still got like a million pages of good things. Are these all the same ones I've already done? They are, so I definitely have to go through and fix that. Goal planning. All right, now we're into 2024, everyone. And I should switch pens now. That should have been green, honestly. Just for my own consistency. All right, so we're back to some more instructions. Annual goal planning. Take time to set your goals annually at the beginning of the year or whenever feels appropriate. Review your previous year and what worked and didn't work. So we did that. Reviewing your goals from previous years can help give you new perspective on how far you've come. We looked at that. Think about breaking down your goals into quarterly and monthly targets so that you don't get stalled on big ambitious goals. We're going to do all of that. Year 2024. Intention. I don't know, like local Italian job I like. Like it doesn't have to be well paying, doesn't have to be full time. But I have to, if it's gonna be like minimum wage bartending, I have to like it. And so right now I have one, but it's minimal hours. Yeah, okay. Vision board. Put together a collage. Oh, okay. Well, I can draw some things in here. I'm definitely not like pasting in images. So if you're a collage person, you could actually paste out like magazine issues or do this. If you're doing it digitally on PDF and not printing it, you could just copy paste images in there. All right, for me, I'm going to put images that represent my goals. It's tricky. My goals are like job, relationship, Italy. Okay, so okay, first of all, let me look up the Italian flag and make sure I'm putting the colors in the correct places. Okay, it's green on the left. That's what I thought. All right, so green on the left. Red on the right. Italy. All right. I don't know, a big heart. Relationship. Okay. Businessy stuff. Health. I'm gonna put a little roller skate in here because I would actually like to go roller skating more this year. That's an ugly ass roller skate, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's my health goal, is do more roller skating intentionally. And I should have something like fashion wise. So let's just draw like a dress. No, let's draw a dress on a mannequin. I'm not even gonna wear that. This is a finished dress. It's not relevant. All right, yeah, but clearly on a mannequin. All right, good. Okay, I'm done with that. Life goals. That was multicolored, so we're gonna switch to blue. All right, we are into the goal setting part of this experience. Life goals, 2024. What type of goals do you want to have? What type of experiences do you want to have? Relationships. This is like the big, broad part of this process. So not specifics, but like what is your optimal, ideal, etc. So some of this stuff I'm not going to fill out on camera. I kind of look at what I wrote last year. I think these are the ones I did bring with me. Yes. All my goals from last year are the same. Yeah, so I don't need to go crazy on these. Like I can just kind of like write in a lot of the stuff from last year. Okay, someone who's ambitious and wants to start a family. Someone I can have this is something that came up earlier this year. Someone I can have interesting arguments and conversations with. Because I need to be able to argue as a hobby. It is fun for me, and I need someone who also enjoys that, or at least doesn't mind that. Okay. If you had this, you would write so many things. I'm telling you, like, one of the benefits of hanging out on the live stream is that you can just take a journal and like write out all your answers, right? Like some of these questions are pretty long, but you could like, you know, summarize them and jot them down quickly. And like, I'm doing it in real time. So you definitely have enough time. You can fill it out. And also like you can, if there's like questions you have to skip because you're still working on the previous one, like the video will be available. So you can go back and like, you know, fill in anything you miss. But yeah, grab a journal or just some blank paper and, you know, come along with me. We just started the goal section, so it's like actually a good time to jump in because, you know what I mean? Like we're fresh new on the goal section. What do I want to do with friends this year that's different than last year? I want to fashion stuff, and I have a fashion friend now. Fashion stuff, movies, dancing. I don't really have a club friend yet in Rome. Okay. That's funny. I wrote roller skating last year, and I did find a roller skating friend last year. So, you know, these goals work. But then she moved away. But my new fashion friend actually also roller skates, but she doesn't have roller skates with her in Rome. So it doesn't help me. But okay. Financial life. What experiences would I like to be able to afford? More travel. I didn't really travel last year. I mean, I did, but it was minimal. I feel like that's so out of touch. Like I got to go around Italy and I got to go to Greece. And like, I'm super blessed for being able to have done that. But I did feel stressed the whole time because of finances. So honestly, I would like to have more travel. I would like to go to more operas and ballets. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Quality of life. What does your home look like, feel like? I like my home. These are also like ideal things too, right? So it's like, what would your ideal in the future home look like? Which is kind of what I wrote last year. For this year, I'm quite happy with my current apartment. I don't remember if I wrote this before or after I had this apartment last year. Quality of life. I mean, also, like I was saying, only Ginny, this live stream is kind of like the cheat version of like, do you want to buy this book? But actually, you just want to fill in all the questions yourself for free. Like, follow along. But also, if you like these questions and you'd like to make it easier on yourself, you can buy the book or the PDF. Quality of life. Okay, so yeah, bright is like the #1 keyword for me here. Like comfortable, bright, luxurious spaces. Stylish spaces. Because it's also asking like other places, like restaurants, hotels, and events. Like I want to go to events that are stylish, where like people are putting effort and care into the style of the location and the event and all that. Stylish places. And thankfully in Italy, that's not very hard to find because Italy cares a lot about style. And it's great. I love this country. I love this country so much. It's so funny because people will try to like talk me out of it all the time. Like it's Italians, right? Or other expats, they'll be like, oh, really? Like there's so many problems and I think I'm gonna leave and I want to go to Canada and like all this stuff. I'm like, cool. That's great. I know all the downsides. Like, I get that there are downsides. I'm not like rose-tinted glasses in this country. I don't care. It's worth it for me. Like, every country has its downsides. I'm choosing the ones I want. Yeah, you're a slow thinker. And also, again, like I said, I've done this before, like a couple years in a row now. Like, I think this is at least, I feel like this is my 4th year. It's definitely my 3rd year, if not my 4th year. And I mean, possibly more for like a previous version. So like for me, a lot of these questions, I have answers to already. Like, I literally have answers for these ones that I'm working off of. So it's much faster. The first time you do this, it takes even longer. And this is already taking long. We've been at this for 2.5 hours. So yeah, it's nice to just sit down and do it slowly. And you don't have to do it all at once like I'm doing. You could do like a couple, you know, pages a day and like work through it over a week. That kind of thing, right? Like sit down for an hour every day. If you pace it out too far, you end up pushing it too long, right? Like me. And it's like, well, now it's May and I'm still not finished. And it's like, okay, maybe do it a bit faster than that. Because the whole point is to like create a snapshot of the moment. But again, also, you can do whatever you want. There are no rules. Health and fitness. Yeah, I want to be healthy and fit, and yeah, I want my body to not have pain. Yeah. Healthy, fit, not have pain. And that's been good this year. I had some problems with some pain back a couple years ago, and that's gone. That hasn't been an issue lately. Like, I sometimes feel twinges, but like it's not generally an issue. Not have pain. All right. Fit my clothes. Literally fit my clothes. Intellectual life. More ballet and opera. Again, I'm filling these in quite fast because, again, I have detailed versions available already. And the whole point of these books is that you can look through the multiple years and see if things change. And if things aren't changing, there's no reason for me to rewrite it all out. Theoretically, next year, I'll be looking at all of them, and not just this one. Whereas if I'm just looking at this one next year, maybe I'll write more details. What do you want to learn? Okay, so Italian. I'm sure that's on my previous one. Yeah. Business stuff. Last time I wrote like marketing and business and things like that, networking. More Italian movies. The problem is, it's really frustrating because when I watch TV or movies, I do it to relax. And generally, if I'm relaxing, I'm also on my phone. Like, I'm doing more than one thing at once. Or like, I'm on my computer. I'm doing stuff. Generally, I'm doing multiple things. So if I'm watching a movie in another language where I need to read the subtitles, it's not the same thing for me. Like, it's not a relaxing moment anymore because I can't do what I want to do, which is be on my phone and be ADD. So it's like, oh, well, so like, I'll be like, oh, I just watched this movie or this TV show, and everyone will be like, oh, you should watch it in Italian. And then half the time I'm like, yeah, I did, because I do. But then half the time it's like, yeah, I should. But in my head I'm going, yeah, I can't do that because then I have to look at the screen the whole time. And then I'm not having fun anymore because I keep having to hit pause and rewind because I wasn't looking at the screen because I was looking at my phone. And so it's actually a little bit more frustrating for me in like this absolutely stupid, meaningless thing where it's like I just have to, I don't know, like pretend that yes, I should watch more things in Italian when I know I'm not going to, even like when I know I'm not going to watch everything in Italian. I am going to watch more things in Italian. But I can't watch everything in Italian because I can't relax. I can't do 50 things at once if I have to read subtitles. And I enjoy doing 50 things at once. All right, more Italian movies. More marketing. I would like to learn more marketing. Yeah. Okay, emotional life. I want to plan more time for, how do I say this? Relaxing spiritual moments. I feel like that happens every like 4 to 6 months, and I feel like I would like it to be more like every 3 months to actually have a moment to just stop my brain. And not like, I don't mean like just meditating, but I mean like the whole day, relax, enjoy nature, and just like think about life, the universe, and everything. Yeah, all my answers from last year are like really universal. Like, I want to feel creative and productive and excited and loving and loved. And I want others to feel loved and inspired and happy. And it's like, that's all great. Yeah, happy, inspired, love, creative. Inspired is one of my big words. That one comes up a lot in, like I said before, mission statements kind of things. All right, mental health. Okay, I definitely wrote this after I was in Italy because I'm talking about my stress about the scarcity of ADHD drugs. Yeah, I literally wrote, without those drugs, this path gets much less healthy. But thankfully, I did find a solution. It only took a goddamn year. Okay, mental health. I would like to continue optimizing my ADHD medication system. Medication. What else? Mental health. I would like to I feel like this might be emotional life, but I mean, it's mental health too. I would like to continue learning. This is something kind of happened new this year. Continue learning about like so-called attachment theory, and kind of those types of theory about things like attachment theory. Things like attachment theory. What else? And healthy communication. I don't like communicating anything, but I know I should. So I'd like to get better at that, I guess. All right. How do you want to contribute to the world? Career. I'm so glad I wrote these out last year. These are such brain-intensive questions. I'm like, I'm just checking my cliff notes from last year. Just cheating here. Okay, so I wrote I'd like to get samples made, and I definitely didn't get samples made. I wrote I'd like to publish more, so I did do that. I also wrote I don't know if getting samples made is feasible, so I was very aware that I didn't know if I would get anything done fashion-wise last year, and I did not. I got some designs, new designs, and I made some contacts. I wrote more editing freelance clients. That was kind of very stressful. Like, yes, but also very stressful. I'd like to stream regularly. Did not do that. Okay, what do I want to do this year in my career? What do I want to do? I want to... Local job. Local job. That's in progress. Kickstarter or 2. Or 2. Licensing deal. I'm considering looking into doing licensing for an RPG. For the Barbie RPG. Let's be serious here. Just because I know they gave out so much licensing last year, and I don't know if they still are, but maybe some people have talked about that. What else I want to do this year? I want to do, yeah, continue more publishing. More publishing. Okay. Samples? Okay. Some headway in fashion. Okay. What traits and values do you want to embody? I wrote passion and creation last year. Kindness and understanding. Even if their values seem unreasonable. Okay, so I mean, all of that stuff is still true. I want, yeah, like kindness is the most important. Kindness. Generosity. Like all the stuff I wrote last year. Creativity. Helping others. Again, I'm doing this pretty fast today. All right, parenting and family and parenting life. Yeah, I want a relationship. I want a family. Yeah, I wrote, so last, like, I like these answers. Last year I wrote, I want to help kids grow and find out who they are. I want to pass along caring and tolerance. I love my family, meaning the family I already have, and I want to help all of them thrive. Yeah. Yeah, I want a relationship and to start a family. I want to help the people around me live their best lives. Community life. Last year I wrote, I want to contribute beauty and inspiration. I want to bring light to novel ideas for society. Oh, I got big on this one. For society, government, AI, wealth distribution, and business structures. I want to leave good things in the world that will last at least a little while. Wow, I got really big brained on that one. So yeah, all of that is still true. I'm just simplifying for this year. I want to make people think. Yeah, I wrote it so poetically in this one, like so perfectly, because I'm trying to be like, I want to make people think, but it's like, okay, what do I actually mean? What I actually mean is what I wrote last year. Want to bring ideas or share ideas, whatever. Bring ideas that make people think. And be kinder. Yeah, I mean, I want people to be kinder, so that's exactly my answer for that one. Look at us getting through this. All right, spiritual life. I kind of already wrote that. Last year I wrote, I want to continue exploring consciousness and ideas, including Zen Buddhism and the overlaps between different religions ideas, which is all still true. Yeah, the nature of consciousness. Continue discussing these ideas with others. And clarifying my own thoughts. clarifying is probably the wrong word. But it's not inaccurate, but maybe not the best word. What I mean is like writing down my own thoughts and, I don't know, nuancing my thoughts. Is that a verb? Finding the nuances in my own thoughts. Philosophical goals. Continue to explore ideas about humanity, social structure, relationships, economics, classism, government, and wealth inequality. I want to explore tolerance and acceptance. Ooh, exploring tolerance and acceptance is a good one, because I've actually read a couple good... see, I love when my goals come true. I've actually read a couple good things about tolerance. Over the last year, like a couple different ways of approaching what creates tolerance without also creating a space for intolerance. What is spirituality? Spirituality is like the non-denominational way to say like religion, right? Like, what do you believe happens when you die? Where do you believe we came from? Do you believe there's a God? Do you believe there's a heaven and a hell? Like, what is your idea? Spirituality is like, do you believe that we're all energy? Like, it covers any sort of ideas about the nature of the universe that cannot be proven. And for me, I don't believe anything, but I love exploring ideas that could be true. So it's like, oh, well, I think it would be really cool. And also ideas that make you be a better person. Like, I don't think you need to believe in something to be a better person. I think it's enough, and I've seen it in the world, that you can be like, well, what if we are all connected, and when I hurt someone else, actually, I'm hurting everyone. And so maybe I shouldn't do that. And you don't have to believe it's true. You can just think, that would make sense, and I would like to not do that. And it makes you a better, kinder person. And you don't need to like believe in something that's unprovable. Like God said, don't be mean. You can just think, well, what if the universe is this way? That would make sense. Let's not do that. And that's the kind of spirituality I like. Also, nature of consciousness, like, why do we think anything? That kind of stuff. That gets a little more philosophical. Philosophical goals. Yeah, okay, so... I would honestly like to explore the culture and acceptance of ADHD and ADHD medication in Italy. So that's a very specific one. Everything from last year is still true. Also, I feel like every country on earth is getting worse in terms of inflation. So I'm going to write that in. Inflation and alternative income distribution methods like universal basic income, before we have a French Revolution on our hands. All right, psychological life. Oh, and here I wrote overcoming ADHD. Overcoming the problems of ADHD. I'm not someone who believes it's a disorder. I think it is a different set of brain architecture that benefits some situations and does not benefit a lot of modern situations. Modern society situations. You always questioned what means to see this kind of God and how it feels to be spiritual and more. Yeah, like those are the questions that I think are really important for people to ask themselves. Like, what does it mean to you? What does it feel like? Right? Like, these are really open, broad questions, but there's a lot of people who have really interesting answers. And if you're unsure, sometimes reading other people's answers can help you formulate and come to a better understanding of your own feelings. Yeah, overcoming inertia I wrote on there. I feel like I'm in the action stage, but not in fashion. But I'm in the action stage on everything else, so that's fine. What are my current goals? Build closer relationships. Although I feel like I'm just such a particular person, it's really just a numbers game, and I just need to meet the right person. And they need to be a goddamn nerd. I feel like dating in the general pool means I'm dating too many people who aren't nerdy, and that's a problem because I need to date someone who's a nerd, at least a little bit. You know, I can't date a goddamn normie. Like, it's just not gonna work. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that it generally has not worked. But I mean, never say never. What is your calling? Your contribution to the human race? What did I write last year? I want to contribute creativity. I want to put beautiful things in the world to inspire people. Like I said, inspire usually comes off in these. I want to help those close to me set and reach their goals. I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel seen. I want to help others feel seen for who they want to be with the things I put out into the world. I want to put out things into the world that help other people feel like they are themselves, right? Like, and I'm talking clothes and art and that kind of stuff, like books, everything, anything I put out. But I want things that I put out into the world to help other people feel inspired and feel seen and feel like it's for them. Oh, let me write that down. I want to put out things into the world that make people feel seen, inspired, and that these things are for them to live a better life. I want to help them live a better life. And I think art and silly things like fashion are actually relatively important in people living a better life. Live a better life. By feeling they can express themselves. That is important. When you're not Indian, you don't know what it means to see Lord Mahadev. You tried, have answered nothing. So yeah, you're a lost puppy who doesn't know what it means. I mean, who is Lord Mahadev to you? I don't know who that is in religion. Is that like a religion you're familiar with? Is that like a religion you know a lot about, or that you grew up with? Or is it something that's quite new to you? Where did you learn about it? All right, what are we at on the next page? Is it a religion that like maybe one member of your family has, but you're not super familiar with? Oh, these are good questions. What would a literal eternal paradise entail? The first thing I wrote down is sleeping in. I like my sleep. Yeah, waking in the sunshine with my family. I wrote napping in the grass later. I really like sleeping in sunshine, guys. It's like my #1 priority goal in life. Alright, having pets, staying up late, going dancing, reading stories. I love all these stuff. All these answers are so good. Just doing a quick version today. What would a little eternal paradise entail? Being creative. Surrounded by people I love. In the sunshine. Done. Yeah, that's the quick version of what I wrote last year. How can you make this a reality on Earth? Cherish the people I want to be close to. move to Rome to be in the sun. Some things have easy answers. I want to be close to. Treat them right. Well, you used to watch videos about gods, demigods, goddesses, and you used to have dreams that you're dressed as a Hindu goddess. And Mahadev, to you, is like he accepts you for who you are, not judges you and watches you. Okay, I love that. It feels like, I mean, obviously something caught your subconscious, right? Like something about this Mahadev like caught your attention and your brain and was like, that is something that resonates with you and feels good for you. Like it makes you feel like you're accepted, right? So, I mean, you can kind of lean into that, right? It doesn't mean that that's necessarily like the religion for you or that you need to buy into all of it, but you can kind of be like, hey, the idea of this God makes me feel accepted, and so I lean into that. And that's what I think about when I think about the universe. Right? Like it doesn't have to be more official than that. It can just be, this is the kind of feeling that I appreciate when I think about gods and religion. And also, I love how creative you are. I love that you had like dreams dressed as a Hindu goddess. That's amazing. That's so much fun. Beautiful. Cheers to people I want to be close to. Continue keeping creativity in my life. Okay. See, again, like things like the ideal day, like this hasn't changed for me. I know what my ideal day is, and it's not any different than what I wrote down last year. I haven't actually read what I wrote down last year, but I know what in my head what my ideal day is. But yeah, like wake up in a bright bedroom, you know, enjoy cafe and a croissant on the patio with my loved ones. Yeah, like I don't need to write all this down again. I already know what these are. Okay, wake up gently in the sunshine. I'm not gonna fill all these in. Can I write sunshine any more times in my life goals? I moved to this country for a reason. I like the sun and the warmth. All right, afternoon. Again, like go to a beautiful office, work on my creative business, you know, have lunch, meet with people, spend time designing, meet with a mentor, maybe have horseback riding, roller skating, swimming, some sort of physical activity. So how do I summarize that? Work alongside others I respect and can learn from. That's actually new and absolutely true. But like not something I put in last year. Respect and can learn from. I guess I wrote mentor and that implies learning. Okay. Evening. To the splotchy pen. As you're an open book, you try to believe in everything. You saw once a Viking god Odin, and then Lucifer, then Mahadev, and Mahakali. It's like you feel surrounded and you're being not judged, and you feel accepted. I love that. Once you had a dream of Baphomet, who accepted you and hugged you, even though you're not spiritual, but it means a lot to you. I love that. See, this is the part of your brain that really, really wants you to know that you're loved and cherished and appreciated and deserving of love and acceptance. Your subconscious knows it. And it really wants to make that clear to you. And it's showing you all these wonderful beings who absolutely embody that. I just think that's really, I don't know how to describe it. I just really like that. I think that's fantastic that your brain has these experiences that feel good and that it's so like multi-denominational, like just so global and worldwide and just all these like creative combinations of things. I think that's fantastic. All right, evening. I want to daily life. I want to come home from work, cook dinner, eat dinner with my family, watch a movie or some TV, and then go to read and then go to bed. That's what I wrote down last year. Actually, I wrote down a lot of other stuff last year. That's like the boring day. The interesting days are what I wrote down last year. Like go out for drinks, take the dogs for a walk. That's important. Have a glass of wine and do some sketching. Volunteer or contribute to charity or a political or social event. Those are the interesting nights. The boring everyday days are come home from work, cook dinner with my partner, I'm going to say family, because one of the things I've learned is that you can get kids cooking very early, like much earlier than people think. Cook dinner with my family, eat dinner together, watch TV or a movie, or play a game, etc. Like some sort of like social time together. Read a bit before bed. And yeah, honestly, probably do some more work because I'm that kind of person. My brain's going. Special. What's different about special occasions? Visit Canada. Yeah, go on holidays. Show the kids new things. Visit our families. Travel the world. Teach the kids about lots of different ways to live, i.e. lots of different places. All right, so we are into the life plan section. This is the kind of the most important section because it kind of groups everything and puts it in a more practical, like actionable format that you can easily read every day. And those are the suggestions. So 2024. Let me see if it says that in the instructions. It probably does. All right, so at the beginning of the year, I don't know if I think life plan might be the last thing I do today, because this does take a little bit of time to do, and then we're on to work goals. Oh, I wanted to do work goals today, but work goals is also like a lot of pages, so I think maybe we will finish after life plan today, but I'll see how I feel. It is also 2:14, so it's probably gonna be 3 by the time I finish this. We'll see. At the beginning of the year, or when you have a big life change, fill out the full life plan sheets. Write down your grand purpose, divine mission, your sacred focus on every page. Then start your quarterly goals. Determine your business annual goal, current business quarterly goal, and life annual goal for the year. Fill out your morning ritual page. Every quarter, review your goal scorecards. Determine your next quarter goals and revise your regular weekly schedule. So we're kind of getting into like all of the rest of the stuff here. Monthly, every month, review your quarterly goals and goal sheets. Weekly, every week, review your weekly scorecards. Fill out either a life plan to-do list or a focused to-do list and use it to fill out your weekly schedule. Daily, every day you can review the morning ritual, review your life plan, and set your priorities for the day. So the morning ritual, begin every day by reading through your life plan. So that's why it's right in front of the life plan, so that you can find it easily. You can just bookmark this page. As it says, bookmark this page. There it is. Review your life plan and 50-year eulogy. So like the life plan pages. Write down your keywords. You can do this once, or you can do this every day, and you can do it once and just read it every day, or you can do it every day, like on separate paper. And your values. Review your weekly to-do list and quarterly goals. So that's going to be like in your actual day planner. Set your daily priorities, highlight, and reward. If you could live this day again, what would you do differently? And what are you grateful for today? So these are the kind of questions you have to answer each day. Like you can't answer once. But this is a really cool question. If you could live this day again, what would you do differently? And you ask this question before you've started the day. So if you can kind of predict a problem you're going to have, like if I could live this day again, I would not spend 2 hours like on social media. And it's like, oh yeah, I can see that I might, that's the problem I might have today. It would be cool if I didn't do that, and just kind of predict something that you might be able to counteract before it happens. And what are you grateful for today? Just some scientifically proven gratitude, which is helpful for things generally. All right. 50 years from today will be 2074. So the theme is kind of your eulogy. Like if you died in 50 years, what would people say about you? What would you want people to say about you? What do you want people to say about your life? What did I write down last time? Leaves behind a legacy of creation, of fashion, of art, and of her family. So yeah, legacy is a big word for me. Leaves behind a legacy of creativity and compassion. Compassion's a good one. I didn't have in there before. And compassion. To her family. All right, so where would I like my career to be? I wrote business empire. I mean, that's, yeah, I want empire. And I also wrote workplace where others build their careers and lives. So like a business that contributes to the world. I'm gonna write that down. A business empire that contributes positively to the world. I want money, but I don't want it at the cost of being a bad person. Empire that contributes positively to the world. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting tired. This is definitely the last thing I do because I'm kind of like, this is the part I actually do want to spend a little bit of time on, and I'm kind of trying to brush through it, and I'm like, you're almost done. Just finish it off. Health. Watching my grandkids grow and learn. And taking them places and showing them cool things. That's such a great answer. I love these good answers from last year. I'm so glad I have last year's version. All right, health. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Fit enough to play with my grandkids. Two. Grandkids. All right, relationships. Yeah. Last year I wrote, with the family and friends I love that I've been careful to cherish and value. I really went off last year. Wow, these are good answers. Okay, relationships. Large family and lots of friends who feel loved and accepted. Since we were just talking about feeling acceptance. Lots of friends who feel loved and Accepted. This pen is dying. Philosophy. Proud of the things I've done and left in the world and excited to continue as long as I can. Good philosophy. I feel like I can write something different though. I feel like philosophy, I want to write something like... I feel like it's pretty, like, I try not to be presumptuous with this, but like also the point is to kind of be presumptuous. So I want to say something like, pleased with the ideas that I've spread, but like, it's also one of those things where I want to write it in a way where it's like, even if, you know, maybe the world, it's for the overall world has gotten worse. Like maybe we don't deal well with economy or war and all that stuff, AI, that I'm still like pleased with the ideas I've put forth. Okay, so pleased with the ideas I've brought to the world, shared with the world. I also feel like at this age, like the philosophy should also include something, I wrote excited to continue as long as I can. So something like, something a bit different though. And continuing to try to help others. Community, this pen is so dead. Contributed to political and social change to make the world better. Yeah, this is something like actively, like, was, some of these are in present tense and some of these are in past tense. I'm not super concerned about it. Was able to make changes in the local community and world for the better. Okay. Financial, I need a new pen. Supported myself and my family and gave back to society and charities. Yeah, okay, family is comfortable and knows how to support themselves. Not just given everything. So I usually say, like, I'm very clear on things I believe. Things like inheritance, I do not actually have a very firm moral opinion on. And I feel like it's one of those things I need to, like, sit down and think about a bit more, because obviously that's one of those things that has, like, very personal implications. And it's like, what is people's right to do with their stuff, right? Like, and it's like, okay, but also society. So that's one of those things I would actually like to explore more. So maybe I should put that under my philosophy goals. Actually, yeah, let's write that in. Okay, philosophy goals. That kind of goes under income distribution. Explore the concepts. Also private school. Concepts of things like inheritance. Private schools. I'm gonna put etc. because I can't think of anything else, but there's a couple other things in that category for me. All right, what do you have to do now to be on track for all of this? Kind of what I'm doing. I gotta prioritize business a little bit more, but getting to Italy and finding a relationship are my two biggest goals, because one of them is very clearly, family is on a timeline. All right, continue prioritizing relationship. buy a new pen, and keep trying new business plans. Keep trying for business. All I can do is keep trying. I think networking might actually be the solution for that one now. All right, 10 years, 2034. 10 years is a tricky one. Okay, what did I write last year? I wrote, she was building a company to create items that people loved. Her spouse and young children were thriving and loved. So yeah, sorry if you can't read any of this page, the pen is dying. It shouldn't be actually, there's tons of ink in here. Oh no, why is it not working? I thought the pen was dead, but it's just broken. Crap. Oh dear, I'll have to deal with that later. But yeah, there's tons of ink in there. Shit. Alright, see, this is the difference between like having kids that are grown up and then like having kids that are kids. Like in 10 years, the kids will be kids. They won't even be in high school, or they won't even be adults, let alone have grandkids. I just want to say it a little bit differently than last year, but like get across the same thing. Loved her spouse and children, and I don't know. Leaves them a promising business. All right, career, growing the business, branching out, health, fit and healthy after having children, keeping up with them, because in 10 years I'll be done having children, I expect. But who knows? Relationships, building a solid long-term marriage and strong friendships. Philosophy, focusing on growing my impact and ability to do good and help others. I like that one. Community, spending time in charity and political work. Social projects like gardens and education. Financial, keeping a handle on expanding and volatile finances, making tough but rational choices. Yeah, because hopefully the business will start doing things financially that are going to be interesting to deal with. All right, so a growing business. Again, I don't need to write these in as much detail as last year, because I've done these so many years in a row, like I have all this stuff in my brain. A growing business, with critical and popular appeal. Health. Yeah, honestly, literally what I put last year, like fit and healthy after having children. Yeah, like that's just exactly what I need to put. Fit and healthy after having children. Okay, relationships. Tending to a healthy marriage and strong friendships. Philosophy. I love that it's like growing my impact and ability to do good. Some of these things just don't need to be changed. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Hydrate, yes. hydrate. Cheers. And I should stretch my wrist because I can feel them getting sore. Oh, I'm gonna run another ad. I think it's the right time to do that. It's your time for planning future causes and business skills. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. That's also new. I don't think I've really written that before. All right, 5 years. Now we're getting close. See, now we're starting to boil it down to actionable things. 5 years will be 2029. Theme, if I died in 5 years, I'd want people to say, yeah, last year I wrote a spouse, a baby, and a rising startup. Leaves her spouse, young family, young kids, and did I say promising last time? I did. Okay, so, and startup. Rising last year. Something like, I don't know, like rocketing startup. That's not the right word, but it's fine. Rocketing startup. Career, business with real funding, real marketing, and real sales. Health, taking care of myself regarding pregnancies. Relationships, prioritizing my spouse, babies, and new family while growing my social and professional circle. Some of these things are like way too like fully detailed for me. I'm like, how did I come up with all this stuff? Philosophy, aiming high while taking care of those close to me. Community, growing the business to employ more people and train and treat them right. Financial, keeping a careful eye on funding and investments and paying back investors. What I need to do now, meet people and take risks, get my work out on the internet. Okay, so those are all really good. Have real investments, real investors to grow the business with a luxury marketing agency. That's been on my to-do list. Not my to-do list, like it's been on my goals list for ages. Luxury marketing for years, agency. Okay. Health, yeah, being healthy with pregnancy. Pregnancies, relationships, new family, young growing family, and settling into Italy. All of this is in Italy. Philosophy. Being mindful of others' investment goals and whether they align with my values, not just accepting any money. And that's really tricky. Community, yeah. Establishing a business that treats people, employees and customers, that treats people right. Like, right is like a really easy word, but it's the right word. Treats people right from the get-go, from the start. Like being aware and paying attention to that. Financial, yeah, not getting in too deep with debt or investments or lack of profits. What do I have to do now to be on track? I like the one things I wrote last year. Meet people and take risks. Get my work out there. I think, yeah. Prioritize networking. Networking and put your goddamn money where your mouth is. I wish I was writing this neater because this one's actually written pretty neatly and this one's getting a little sloppy, but again, I'm getting tired. Money where your mouth is. All right, 1 year. What did I write last year and what am I doing now? Last year, I wrote living her dream in Italy. Then I wrote with her fiance and fledgling company. So we didn't get the fiance and fledgling company, but we did get living the dream in Italy. So, you know, we're getting somewhere. All right, 1 year is 2025. All right, so, yeah, let's say living with her fiance. And again, I'm pretty loose about whether I'm writing it as an obituary or like present tense or like, you know, like you don't have to be super nitpicky about it. Just get the ideas out. Your brain will understand. Living with her, I mean, I want to say husband a year from today, but considering we still don't have the precursor to that, we'll put fiance. living with her fiance and finding investors and contacts starting the business. Okay, career. Using samples and a pre-launch campaign to get investors. That's a great idea. Taking care to start a healthy pregnancy. That would be cool too. Focusing on, like, this is all the stuff that didn't come true because it's really hard to predict 1 year out. Focusing on building a long-term relationship that can stand over time. Great goal. Taking risks and aggressively pursuing what I want while being kind and considerate. Love that. Community. Integrating in Italy, making friends, and learning language. I did do all of those things. Financial. Spending savings wisely to lead to growth in sales and investors. What do you have to do now? Save money, meet someone, spend money on a collection and marketing. Okay, yeah, pretty good. All right, career. A planned, dated pre-launch investment campaign with samples and factories, etc. Okay, health. Yeah, keeping myself fit so I can grow another human being. Keeping fit and healthy to start a family. Relationships. Yeah, really paying attention and prioritizing a healthy romantic relationship. Philosophy. Put your money where your mouth is. Pursuing risks is great. Being brave and taking calculated risks. Community. I kind of used philosophy in this section to be like, what should be my life philosophy, like my goals and like my attitudes. Attitude might be a better word for what I'm writing in there, but use the categories as helps you. It's your book. You can do what you want. Community. Same things as last year. Meet more Italians. Because, like I said, I meet a lot of expats. Italians. Yeah. Financial. Carefully plan finances to allow for business spending. What I have to do to be on track, all the things I'm doing. Yep, keep prioritize dating. Prioritize dating, I'm doing that. Don't frivolously spend money. I'm not doing that. Money. And spend more time planning. Planning next steps for business, because I've kind of been avoiding that. Like, I had a plan for when I was in Canada, but I didn't want to start the business in Canada, so that never went anywhere. So I need to actually plan steps for Italy, but I don't know enough about business in Italy yet, so that's why I need to spend more time planning next steps for business in Italy. That's good. Italy. All right. Okay, the next things are just summaries. So summarize. I need to use the pink pen again, and the pink pen is not working. I think it's the only pink one I have for some reason, which is stupid because pink is my favorite color. All right, life plan summary. The year right now is 2024. 1 year. The life goals for 1 year. 5 years, 10 years, and 50 years. So life goals. How do I summarize my life goals? How did I do it last year? Yeah, relationship, integrating in Italy. 5 years, growing a family, building a network. Raising happy, healthy children, contributing to my community. Supporting and loving a big, healthy family, pursuing their dreams, ensuring social, political, and economic development. Gotta think big. What do you have to do now? Meet more people, talk to people every week, and go out every week. That was good advice that I didn't follow last year, but I'm trying to follow this year. I'm actually trying to be social every week this year. So 1 year. Relationship. Italian friends. Friends and contacts. Five years. New family. Family. See, I have to be careful not to put the business stuff on here because that's going to go over here. New family. I didn't really write this kind of stuff down, but like planning the family's future. "10 years. See, I want to write all this stuff in. Like, happy, healthy children just feels like too much to write. Okay, these don't have to do the math. I can just use these numbers and go up by 1. Okay, 10 years. Yeah. Children. Family. And a positive business impact. 50 years. Yeah, big family. Again, I'm summarizing here. Like last time I wrote big, happy, healthy family. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Don't need to write down every step. Big family. Loved and comfortable. Loved and comfortable, and actively trying to make the world a better place. Okay, what do you have to do now to be on track? Life-wise. I like what I wrote last year. Keep meeting people. Keep meeting people. And also, I'm also at the point where the next step is remember to nurture those relationships. And remember to goddamn text them back. To nurture. Relationships. Text them back. Okay. Exclamation mark. Goddamn idiot. Sometimes I make my life harder than it has to be. Alright, year 2024. 1 year is 2025. 5 years is 2029. 10 years is 2034. 50 years is 2074. This is business goal summary. 1 year for business. Pre-launch. Campaign. Planned. With investment potential. 5 years. Growing the business with a marketing agency. I mean, in 5 years, maybe we won't need the agency. Maybe it'll be a house, but who knows? Growing the business. A marketing agency. 10 years. Yeah, we're definitely finished after this long. I'm tired now. And it is 3 a.m. Business. Expanding. Business and markets. That's literally what I wrote last year. I wrote expanding markets and businesses. Okay. Last year I wrote samples, pre-launch campaign, and investment fundraising. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't check these before I wrote. And using funding to pursue growth, marketing, and sales. 50, overseeing an empire that creates good things and good jobs. What a great phrase. Yeah, business-wise. Ensuring my legacy is of things that make the world a better place. That's what I wrote in the last one. Things that contribute to society and, ooh, can I say something like culture? I'm gonna say culture. I think that's it. I was gonna say something a little bit more, I don't know, like, what's the word, like aggressively big, like maybe maybe a little bold, but in like a non-tactful way. But I think culture is actually exactly the right word. That's tactful. What do you have to do now to be on track? For my business, I have to spend time planning. I already wrote that down. So, put aside time for the business. Because last year I really didn't, like, and I kind of knew that it was okay, but been here a year now. I need to put aside time for the business. All right, mission statement. This is, I don't think I filled this one out last year. This is one of those things that like other people like. I'm not a big fan of this, but I feel like I could figure out something to put in here. Mission statement 2024. How do I summarize everything from these last like 5-6 pages into one thing? Oh, I do know. Okay. I had to do this the other day for a different thing. All right. Here we go. All right. I think we're good. All right, so I still have like half of this book left, especially things like the actual like 12-week goals, which are super practical, and also all the business goal setting, which helps to get this out of the way first. So I would like to say I'll be able to do that in a week. But my mother is in town this week, so that is unlikely. So if I'm feeling up to it, I will do it tomorrow while I'm still in the zone. But I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. But most of it's cleaning, so maybe I'll get that all out of the way. No, I also have an RPG tomorrow. And a Met Gala. Okay, I'm sorry. I absolutely cannot do it tomorrow. But I will try to get it done within 2 weeks. So probably not 1 week from now, because my mom is still in town. But maybe in 2 weeks is my tentative goal to finish the rest of this. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys liked that.